In the stillness of the night, there was a sense of something extraordinary unfolding, an invisible thread weaving its way through the hearts of many. Whispers, hushed but filled with excitement, surged across the air like a secret being passed between the stars. It was the kind of moment where time seemed to pause, a breath held in collective anticipation. Jungkook, the beloved young man who had disappeared into the shadows of recovery, was finally emerging once again, stepping into the light, a beacon of hope for those who had yearned for his return. The air was thick with a charged energy as news of his return spread like wildfire. The crowd that had gathered in the undisclosed location, a place of purpose and unity, buzzed with barely contained excitement. These were not mere fans. They were warriors of emotion, the soldiers who had stood by him through every silence, every obstacle, and every moment of doubt. The bond they shared with Jungkook was more than admiration. It was a devotion, a connection forged in the fires of shared experiences. The banners fluttered like flags of victory, the balloons rising gently into the starry night, and in the distance, the hum of anticipation built to a crescendo. Among those present stood one who seemed to possess a gravity all his own. His presence was undeniable, a force of nature in its own right. Taehyung, the steadfast guardian, stood at the forefront, his sharp gaze scanning the horizon, as if searching for a glimmer in the night that would signal the return of his comrade. Time seemed to stretch, as if the universe itself was holding its breath. And then, like the first ray of dawn breaking through the darkness, Jungkook appeared. The sight of him stirred a wild storm of emotions. The once muted gasps of the crowd bloomed into a symphony of relief, joy, and exhilaration. The cheers cascaded like a tidal wave, rolling across the sea of faces. Yet, amidst the deafening noise, there was one figure who moved first, a figure whose emotions could no longer be contained. Taehyung, his heart brimming with affection and anticipation, stepped forward with a force that defied reason, making his way toward the one who had been missing for so long. There, without a second thought, he enveloped Jungkook in an embrace that spoke volumes. In that moment, the world fell away. It wasn't just a hug. It was a promise, a silent oath between two souls who had weathered storms together. The weight of all the years, all the trials, and all the struggles seemed to melt away in that instant. Time stood still. The crowd, caught in the raw beauty of the moment, could hardly hold back their tears. The embrace, tender yet powerful, was the epitome of a bond that no force could break. Jungkook, his weary form still radiating strength, allowed himself to surrender to the comfort of Taehyung's unwavering support. The crowd, overcome with emotion, joined in the celebration, their voices rising in unison like a choir of love and hope. The songs of BTS echoed through the night, harmonizing with the palpable sense of gratitude that hung in the air. Some stood in awe, their hearts full, while others shed silent tears of joy, overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the moment. They were not witnessing just a reunion. They were witnessing something profound, something rare. This was not just camaraderie. It was an unbreakable connection, a brotherhood that had survived every trial and emerged stronger, united in the face of the unknown. As Taehyung held Jungkook close, his whispered words carried through the charged air. Whatever he said, it was enough to send a glimmer of something like gratitude into Jungkook's eyes. There was no need for further words. The connection they shared was too deep, too intimate, for language to capture. It was the kind of bond that could only be felt in the quiet moments, the fleeting seconds when everything else fell away, leaving only the truth of their unspoken understanding. A soldier, standing in the background, was the first to break the silence, his voice cutting through the air with quiet reverence. This is the kind of bond that doesn't fade. It's rare, it's real. His words hung in the air, profound and unshakable, as the gravity of the moment began to settle over the crowd. In the presence of these two souls, bound by fate and destiny, the world felt just a little bit more whole. Jungkook, now standing before the soldiers who had stood vigil for him, met their eyes with a quiet appreciation. His gaze, though weary, was filled with gratitude too deep to be expressed with words alone. In a gesture that was as much a thanks as it was a symbol of humility, he bowed low, his gesture conveying all the love he had been given and the love he had returned in kind. The crowd, touched by the sincerity of his actions, erupted once again in a chorus of adoration. They didn't need his words. They had felt everything in that simple, heartfelt bow. His presence alone was a promise of something more, something lasting. The sea of voices surged once more as they chanted his name, the sound reverberating through the night air. It was a declaration, a testament to the power of his return, and a reminder of the love that surrounded him. The crowd, wrapped in the warmth of this shared experience, could not help but feel the strength of Jungkook's spirit, a force that would carry them through whatever challenges lay ahead. Taehyung, ever the anchor, remained steadfast beside Jungkook. His presence was a quiet reassurance, a reminder that no matter the distance or time apart, their bond was unbreakable. His pride and affection for Jungkook shone through his every gesture, his every glance, and in that moment, he said everything without uttering a word. The two were more than friends. They were brothers, united in a bond that not even the greatest trials could sever. As the evening wore on and the final echoes of celebration faded into the night, the significance of this reunion began to take on a new life. The digital world, always quick to capture moments, exploded with photos, videos, and messages from fans who had witnessed the magic firsthand. Social media platforms buzzed with hashtags and posts, each adding to the growing tapestry of love and admiration. The world had watched this moment unfold, and it had been forever imprinted in their hearts. Among the thousands of messages that poured in, one post stood out. Taehyung hugging Jungkook is the definition of true friendship. I can't stop crying. Jungkook, we all love you so much. It was a sentiment shared by countless others, a reflection of the deep emotional impact the moment had left on everyone. The bond between these two men had become a symbol of something greater, a testament to the power of resilience, love, and unwavering loyalty. Even for those who had not been able to witness the reunion in person, the ripple effect was undeniable. Across time zones, across oceans, and across languages, the story of Jungkook's return and the embrace of brotherhood traveled far and wide. It was a universal message, one of hope, love, and the power of connection, that transcended boundaries and touched the hearts of all who heard it. As Jungkook and Taehyung made their way toward the waiting car, the crowd's cheers still echoed in the distance, but the magic of the moment had already begun to settle in their souls. The fans, though slowly dispersing, carried the memory of that night with them, the sense of something rare and precious forever etched in their hearts. Before stepping into the car, Jungkook turned once more to face the crowd. He raised his hand in a final wave, not just to the fans who had waited so long, but to the soldiers, the supporters, and the world that had embraced him through every struggle. His eyes, glistening with emotion, spoke volumes. It was a silent promise. This was not the end. It was merely a new beginning. And then, just like that, they were gone. The car pulled away, leaving behind a trail of memories and an echo that would never fade. The night had come to an end, but the story would live on. The story of a return, of a bond that could never be broken, and of love that would continue to shake the world long after the lights had dimmed. This was not just a fleeting moment, it was a chapter in the book of their journey, one that would be told for years to come. And as the world moved forward, one truth remained: Jungkook was back, and with him, the heartbeat of an entire generation. Thank you and see you again in the latest news.